Hey everybody, this is Doggy080. Welcome to a behind-the-scenes view of Shonic The HoidgeCube. Shonic The HoidgeCube was this silly little game that I programmed in Unity. I think it was maybe a year ago, maybe 2 years ago now. But, it was, like I said, just some silly little project that I wanted to do. I wanted to make a game with kind of game-like elements to it. I wanted a scoring system, I wanted a win state, I wanted a fail state, and that was basically what I considered a game at the time. And I wanted to make this video to kind of demonstrate the behind the scenes, the inner workings of this Shonic The HoidgeCube, and show off a few of the cool things that I learned about programming. Prior to this game, I knew almost nothing about programming. I think I knew how to make a button in HTML, and that's it. That is literally all I knew about programming. But I wanted to make a game, and I threw this silly little thing together, and I kind of wanted to bring you guys along to show my thought process on how I made the choices I did, what made me move forward in the project, and to just kind of explain my way through this silly whole thing that I ended up doing. I guess I could go ahead and explain a little bit about what you guys are looking at. In the top screen, this is where you build your game in Unity. This is the scene where you can move your blocks around, you can play with things, you can like, see, this is our little player right here. We can put them up higher or lower. These are our little power-ups. We can put those wherever we want. I'm gonna undo a bit just to get things back to normal. And in the bottom, that's the actual play window that shows where it shows the game while it's being played. Over here under the projects, it shows all the scenes that we have, the materials that we use, prefabs, and scripts. We're gonna talk a bit about the scenes and the scripts. Materials and prefabs I don't know a whole lot about, but one of the things that I noticed right away when I started learning to program was how it doesn't really deal a whole lot with math. Like, that's always been kind of my misconception, my biggest misconception with programming, is that it's all math. It's just a whole bunch of numbers and a whole bunch of letters, and it's not. There is surprisingly a very little amount of math that went into this. Of course, that could just be partly because of the engine that I'm using, but even more important than math is that it's dealing with logic. Logic being, if this happens, then that happens. There's a lot of if and then statements that go along with programming, and this project is I learned that firsthand, and I thought it was just the coolest thing ever, and how I was able to reuse elements in ways that I didn't even know was possible. I had so much fun building this silly little game. Like, I could show you some of the things that I had a really good time playing around with. Like, we could come over here, and while the game is running, we can change little elements about our character. There's very few things that apply to our character, but if you look over here on the right, it says the speed. I have it currently set to 900. That's partly because it's just a silly little cube, but we can change the speed to 1000 and he'll move a little bit faster. Here, let's click down here in the bottom. You'll see him moving quite a bit faster than he was before. We can come back in here again, click on it, and change it to, let's put it up to 2000, because why not? Why not have 2000? Let's go a little bit overboard, and we could probably fly clean over the level if we really wanted to. Did that reset? Did it reset? Oh, it did. Falling in the lava did kind of reset it. Let's click on it again. Yeah, it did reset it to what could something crazy. Let's do 5,000. Put it to 5,000. Let's see how far. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. Oh no! I fell off the level. But that's not all the things that you could play around with in Unity. I thought it was really fun how let's go ahead and boot it up one more time. You can actually take things in the game copy them and paste them in real time. Like, say we just want to put a whole bunch of power-ups. A whole bunch of power-ups, right? A whole bunch of power-ups. We could take that, take those. Let's put a whole bunch. There's like 10 stacked up on this one right here. And you can see that it's actually changing in your bottom game view. This is if you want to change or play with little things. You see my counter in the top left of this window. I just picked a 5, picked a 6, 7, 8. I don't even know what happens if I go over the number that's supposed to. I think, well, how many was the final count? Was it 12? I think it was 12. Let's find out. Let's grab this. 12. You win, bro. That actually didn't really mean anything. This wall would hurry up and spin. Come on, wall. Come on. Come on. Come on. There we go. There we go. Let's go. Let's get past this wall. What happens if we get more? What happens if we get more? I fell. I wish. Way to go, Doggy. Failing at your own game. It's fine. 13. Oh, I guess it just says you win still. I thought it would like reset or something. But yeah, there's something that I wanted to show you guys. I thought it was super cool. These little blocks right here are kind of remnants of something that I ended up trying, and I can show it off right here and explain the reasons why I didn't do what it was that I want to do. Let's take this one cube. We'll drop this cube over here. If we add, let's see, we're going to add a component. We're going to add a script. I'm going to reuse the same script that I used to put onto my blue cube. So what that means now is that when I move, when I move the little cube, it's applying the same effects to this little gray cube. But the thing with the gray cube is we don't have a speed on him yet. So what that means, we can come down here and actually give him a speed. Let's give you a speed. How's that? How's that? And now they're both moving. Oh no, we both fell. Gross. But something that's also cool. Oh, I had so much fun playing with this. This is probably my favorite thing that I played around with. Is I copied and pasted, and I could just paste a whole bunch of cubes. I thought that was gonna fall on the freaking lava. We could have control over all of these cubes. I had a level where I had nothing but a ton of these cubes, but it ended up being more trouble than it's worth, because if literally any cube falls into the lava, that's what we're calling it, then it resets the level. I couldn't figure out how to make it specific to the player cube, although I'm sure it was super easy to do. I didn't look hard enough. Even these cubes right here, if I hit them into... Actually, I don't even have to hit them. I'll come up here, the top one, I'll grab you and just drag you into... Get out! It resets the level. I had so much fun. You can apply these effects to anything. I want to come over here. You see this spinning platform? I could take the spinning platform. Let me scoot you over to a safe spot. I can click on this spinning platform, add component, add script. Where is the one that I used? It wasn't rotator, it was platform spin. And now suddenly our entire platform is spinning. It's crazy how you're able to just reuse things like that. Like I could click on this, add component, script, let's give it the rotator. Let's have it rotate the same as add component, add script, rotator. Let's get this whole thing spinning. We can even do it to our huge failure platform. But of course, because I have an event that resets if you touch it, as soon as I add this rotator, it's going to collide with our player character and reset the level almost instantly. Here, we can do this though. Let's move you. It might even be. Oh, wait, I'll do this. I'll get rid of this. Can I get rid of it? I'll get rid of this wall. Whoa! Why do I have multiples? What did I click on? Why are there so... What? I didn't even know I had two of them. Which one's the real one? I don't know. Which one has the script on it? That one has the script on it. Does this one have the... They both have a script on it. I'll get rid of you. Can I drag you over then? There we go. I'll drag our platform over. And we'll try to get down to this little hidden platform that I put down here. There we go. Check it out. Check it out. Look at the top screen. I'm going to add the script. Rotator, there it goes. It's freaking nuts. Oh, it touched me. Dang it. I didn't think about that. Whoops. But it touched me and it ended the thing. But this is what I was saying. The thing I learned about programming is that it's all about if and then statements. If something happens, then something else happens. It's all about logic. It's not all about math. There is math to it. But there's so little math. I was genuinely surprised by how much math was not in programming. Of course, this is coming from someone who is as basic as possible when it comes to programming. I'm sure if you get into the really, really big things, programming gets a little bit sillier. I should have left that like that. Look at that. Is it gonna bop me up in the air? Anyway, let's go ahead and move on to the next level. Like I said though, I created this entire thing out of a rollerball tutorial on the Unity website. The very first tutorial that you get, I kinda pieced together this game, and I ended up coming up with the idea for my second level. Don't save. No. Our second level, those of you who remember this one was the super fast level. There we go. I ended up coming up with this level because I was playing with the speed, and kind of like I did before, I ended up cranking up the speed to 2,000. You can see it right here in the corner. But that's how I came up with this one. I just cranked the speed up to 2,000, and I wanted to see how far I could go. But I ended up, I constructed a level by just kind of goofing off and having a good time with this silly little tutorial thing. It's kind of funny because I came up with this level by directly copying and pasting. I don't want to end it because it'll take me to the next level. By directly copying and pasting the very first level I made is how I got this one. And these are the little diamond blocks that I had from the first level that were hidden off in the distance. I thought that was cool. I thought that was kind of cool. And then the third level, don't save it. Yeah, there we go. Third level is probably the messiest of them all because I was playing around with something very, very different. This is an upright position of this level. Those of you who remember this one, it's the one where you're kind of I'll just play it and show you. It was kind of underwater themed, but you're just moving forward. I don't know. But if you saw here, this is really what's going on. If you remember, I made a comment in the episode where I was showing it off. I made a comment in the episode where I was showing it off, basically saying that the controls are inverted. The controls are inverted because this is what it really looks like. This is, it's kind of hard to play and show it off at the same time. Can I zoom out? Yeah, there we go. It's because the camera is twisted around and placed in a crazy position, and the reason I'm moving forward is because the cube is falling. The cube is falling. I changed the gravity of the physics. I could come in here and show you. Let me click on my cube. I believe it was drag. I moved the drag to 2, I reduced the mass, and that made it fall super slow, and then I got the idea for having this crazy underwater level. And the only reason the camera is their controls are reversed is because this is how the camera is looking at it. Kind of a up against the wall side view. It kind of screwed things up a little bit. but I had so much fun building this, even though it did kind of screw up a bit with the reverse controls. I thought it was a nice added challenge. I applied the purple to it because I kind of remembered the purple from a Donkey Kong level, and that's where that kind of came from. But after I finished these, I wanted to have a level select. So what I did, I went to level 1 again, and I copied it over, and ended up with this little thing right here. This was my level select. If you click it, it plays just like a regular mission. Your little cube falls, and you can pick up the things, and whenever you collide with these right here, I have a statement that says if this little cube collides with this one, then it takes you to level 1. I have another one that says if you collide with the middle one, it takes you to level 2. And then this last one right here is, of course, if you collide with that, it takes you to level 3. I'm not going to do it because you guys know what level 3 looks like, but something really, really cool that I ended up doing is you can't fall off with this platform. There's invisible walls right there. What I ended up doing was making... I don't even know how I can select it now. I don't have no idea where it would be. But I ended up taking some of these, and I just kind of stretched it out and made it invisible. So there's a huge invisible barrier that prevents you from going out. I think it's kind of funny too, because if you remember, I said I just copied the level over. Well, this down here is kind of remnants of that first little level that I created. And here's kind of a really, really messy programming detail that I kind of flubbed my way around. It worked. It's functional. But it's probably not the best way to go about doing things. Whenever I created the first level, let's go back to the first level. Don't save it. When I created the first level, I had an event, this script right here, I believe it was kill floor. That means if you fall onto this red thing, it resets the level. But I didn't know how to do a level reset. So if you fall on the red, it brings you back to World 1. And at the end of the level, I had an event that said, whenever you get to the end, it takes you to World 2. I programmed all of this before I gave it the level select screen. The level select screen ended up being something that I added at the very end. So keep that in mind. The script that I put on the red floor takes you to level 1, and the script that I put on the end goal took you to level 2. So... whenever I made level 2, I still didn't know how to reset the level. So what I did is I took the script that I put for the end level on the floor right here that would reset, that would bring you to World 2, and for the end goal, I made another script that would load World 3. Like I said, it was really messy. It was super not the way I would do things if I redid this. If I were to redo this entire project, I would definitely do things a little bit differently. But I think with that being said, I think I heard one of the people that I watched a tutorial. He said that there's 100 ways to do things, but if they all perform the same, then there's 100 ways to program a same thing. There's 100 ways to skin a cat, I think, was the expression that he said. And that's really true, that there's many different ways to do things, and in many instances there's no right way to do it. If you get the same results, it doesn't matter how you did it. All that matters is that you did it, and it works the way that it's supposed to. Of course, there are optimal ways to do it, but, you know, I'm just gonna talk in a bit here. But I definitely want to get back into the rhythm of programming. I had so much fun making this game, and I want to learn so much more about programming. I guess I can open up some of these scripts to show you exactly what it looks like. Whenever you click on them, it brings up a separate program thing Mono Develop is the one that this one came with. There are better things to use to program, but oops, we'll select. Not quite sure what. Oh, there it is. There are better ones to use, but I ended up using Mono Develop because this is the one that the guy in the tutorials were using. The guy in the tutorials was using. So I just used the same one so I didn't get confused with anything else. But like, if you see right here, this is my camera controlling script. This is in C#. I know very little about all of this still. Like I said, this is the only thing that I've ever programmed, and I was following along the majority of the way. This is the rotator. This is a thing that made the platforms rotate in silly ways. I'm able to apply this script to anything I want. This was the kill floor right here. It puts certain things in action, and here's your application. Load level 1. Level select. This is the one that I ended up putting at the end of every level that took you back to the level select screen. So it loaded level 00. The platform spinning sequence, which is basically the rotator, only I changed a few things. This is the most complicated one right here, but this is the player controller. This is the one that I put on things that you are able to control. Like I said, there's a whole lot of kind of things that I don't really remember, but this right here on trigger. This is where the game count thing is. This is where if you pick up an object, it adds it to your score. So that's really cool how that's in there. Wow, interesting. And this right here basically says that if you collect 12 of the pickups, it displays the text, "You win, bro. You win." And over here on the left, you can see all of my other ones. Which ones haven't I showed you? There's the win block. I was talking about. This load is level 2. There's win, which load level 3. Rotator, player control, platform. That's it. That's all the script that I did in this game. And I had such a good time doing this. I had so much fun programming this, and it's definitely something that I want to pursue in the future. And I want to encourage you guys to maybe pick up programming too, or better yet, try something that you've always wanted to do that seemed impossible. You might be pleasantly surprised by the results. Just a little food for thought. I've lived many years of my life assuming that programming was something that was impossible for me. I didn't think I would be able to do anything. And while, of course, this project right here is a simple little derpy thing that I threw together in about a week, I think. I think I put this whole thing together in about a week, following maybe 3 or 4 tutorials, looking up a few extra tutorials for, like, the start screen. Whoops. This right here is the one that I picked up from a YouTube video. I think. The button. Scenes. Main menu. The main menu! I forgot to mention the main menu! The main menu was something that I added at the very end of it. I wanted to kind of solidify that this is a game. And I did so by adding a main menu to it. I couldn't even begin to tell you how this thing works anymore. I kind of forgot everything about it, but I ended up bringing in, I think it was the pickup. I ended up putting a pickup in here. Where's the camera? Where's my camera? Oh my goodness. Like I said, I forgot so much. I have to go back and rewatch those tutorials. I forgot so much of what I had learned, but I gotta encourage you guys to at least give it a shot. At least go check out the Unity website and follow some of their tutorials. Learning to program, it's so cool. It's so cool. I want to definitely do more of this stuff in the future. And I want to bring you guys along. I think, how cool would it be if we both kind of learn programming together? Yeah, I'll do my videos. You can, I guess, share your experiences in the comments. I don't know. I think it's tons of fun. This isn't the end of programming or even game design talk. I have a lot that I would love to say as far as game design goes. But I think that's going to end this video, guys. I've been talking for... Oh my goodness, I've been talking for a while. But I'm super looking forward to kind of learning programming and bringing you guys along for the ride too. How fun would it be to build a game and show you guys the neat little things that I've added and the neat little scripts and things that I found and how to use things. I'm coming into this thing completely blind. I don't know what to expect, but I think if I can put together something as silly as this, I think you guys could put together something pretty amazing too. But like I said, that's going to end this part, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to leave a like if you're looking forward to this series. Oh my goodness, our series. Is this even a series? I don't know. I don't know if this is necessarily the beginning of the series, but leave a like if you're looking forward to the game programming side of things. I know I certainly am. I know I certainly am. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, guys. I've been Doggy080. I'll see you next time on something great, I hope. Something great. Something great. Thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.